So I know it's been a while since I did my um, trying to conceive story. And I think I needed more time than I realized. So this is pregnancy number 5. Um, yes, pregnancy number 5. And where I left off before was that my son was a identical twin. His brother, baby B, did not make it, and we didn't find that out till I was about 8 weeks pregnant when I went to see the specialist. And my son was born fine at 38 weeks. We're still sad about the fact, obviously, that he doesn't have his brother because now he's in a house full of girls outside his dad and our male cat. And sometimes I think about how awesome it would have been to have his identical twin brother. And I like imagine like situations of them having their own language or them watching stuff together. And there are times I hear him like doing self-talk when he's watching the shows, just repeating what he's seeing. And I like wonder if like his brother was here, if they'd have these conversations themselves. And of course, that's when I get sad all over again. Because, like I said, for me, grief doesn't go away forever. It's like it has its moments, its waves where I'm good, and then it hits me later. But now we're on pregnancy 5. My son is 2 years old, and we are in 2020, and this is when COVID hits. I have a job, they lay me off, and so I end up unemployed. And so a month after, not even a month, maybe a couple of weeks after being laid off, I get to my birthday month and we're celebrating. And I take a pregnancy test and I find out that I'm pregnant. We're all extremely happy. I'm like, now, before I had a job with my other children, so I had to work outside of the house while being pregnant. And then when they were born, my husband is a stay-at-home dad, so he would have to take all the pictures and videos for me to be able to see um, the things they were doing that I was missing while at work. And so I found the fact that I was laid off a silent blessing because I get to be home with this baby this time. And when COVID hit, it seemed like all jobs stopped hiring. So I figured I'd be home with this child and that would be an awesome experience. I wouldn't miss anything. So um, we go to the doctor. The insurance I have at the time, my usual OBGYN does not accept it. So I decided to stay with the practice because I've worked with other doctors in that practice and never had any issues. And I was seeing one of her male colleagues. And so I saw him and he said everything was fine. I had my small amount of ultrasounds and my visits. Oh, my nose, sorry, my allergies are killing me. And so I thought it was weird that they didn't have me see a specialist because I had already had 2 losses. And I'm like, I would think that I would have to see a specialist. But he didn't refer me to one, so I'm like, okay, maybe everything is fine. I trusted his judgment. They had all of my records because, again, this is the same practice. It's my doctor's colleague. When when you get pregnant, you still have to answer, even though they have the information, you still answer all these questions again in intake. So him and his nurse and his PA knew my history. And so time is going by, I'm getting big. And in this pregnancy, I'm craving hot dogs, which I'm not a fan of, and Snickers bars. And Everyone's having a great time. They're excited. My oldest daughter cried when she found out I was pregnant. I was so excited that I told them before I was even 12 weeks pregnant. I think I was like 9 weeks and I told them, and I never do that, but I was so excited. My husband, he was even shocked that I told them that early. And so anyway, the pregnancy goes on. Everything's going great. The plan is to have a C-section at 38 weeks. And so we're going along, and then I would say a couple of days before my 9-month appointment, I started getting these little cramps. And of course, I'm thinking they're Braxton Hicks because I've had them before. Then the baby is doing hiccups. And it's not really a lot of movements, but they're hiccups. So I look it up and it's like, oh, hiccups, that could be fine. You can count that as movement. So I'm like, okay, guess that's when you're at the point of counting kicks and stuff like that. So then I go to my doctor's appointment on Tuesday. Of course, I realize I haven't seen him a lot during this pregnancy. I maybe visited him, seen him personally maybe 4 to 6 times, and I've seen his PA and nurse practitioner more than I've seen him. And I tell them, she's not really moving that much. I feel hiccups, but I don't really feel much kicking. And I drank some orange juice the other day. I didn't feel any kicking. Usually orange juice has that sugar where they'll start kicking. That's what I did with my, first pregnancy. So they put the machine on me to like hear the heartbeat, see the movement, like they did with my first pregnancy before I was told to go have an emergency C-section. And they saw a heartbeat, but they didn't really feel any movement. So they told me to go to emergency labor and delivery and they would be expecting me. So I go there, I call my husband, I call my sister-in-law. They're like, everything's fine. My father was staying with us at the time. My 2 older girls were in school. My son was still home. And so I go to the hospital. I'm by myself. They get me in the gown and everything. They put the monitor on me. And I'm going to stop there. So I see I'm at 7 minutes. I will be back tomorrow to finish the story. I thought I would break this up in longer. But it probably would still be like 4 parts because there's so much to this. But thank you guys for listening. I hope my stories are helping people. You could always go back. I have a folder on my profile of all my trying to conceive stories if you need to catch up and you haven't seen the other ones. But thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow.